And welcome back, students, to another virtual world of math here at Bethune. So we are with Math Week 6, Day 4, and myself, Mrs. Levine, Mrs. Anderson, and Miss Iosi. I will be teaching for those teachers. We will be completing our Ready Lesson 26, displaying data in a line plot. You're going to complete pages 287 to 290. Some of the examples I will complete with you, and some of the problems you will complete on your own. Your standard for today: generate measurement data by measuring lengths using rulers, mark with halves and fourths of an inch. Show the data by making a line plot where the horizontal scale is marked off in appropriate units: whole numbers, halves, and quarters. Your learning target goal: use a ruler to measure whole, half, and quarter inches. Record measurement data using whole, half, and quarter inches. Make a line plot with horizontal scale marked off in whole number, half, or quarter units. You also have some vocabulary that will be listed here in this lesson that you can go back and reference to if you need more clarity and understanding. So let's jump right in. Your lesson: study the example that shows how to display data in a line plot. Then solve problems 1 and 3. So your example reads: Denise works in a candle shop. She measures and sorts the candles by length. How can Denise make a line plot for these candle lengths? So they gave you the candles A through H. They also gave you the lengths of each candle right beneath it. So 2 inches, starting at 2 inches and 1/4. So your number line below will be listed from 2 to 1/4, and the highest being 3.5 inches. Well, on the chart. So when you come below, make a number line and mark the candle lengths with X's. So this number line down here goes all the way from 0 to 4 inches. So let's see, after you've taken all of the data that they've collected and you've placed the X's over your lengths representing the candles. Let's see some of the questions they're going to ask us and what we can do. Denise, number 1, Denise measured more candles and recorded the lengths in this list. Make a line plot to display the data in the list. Use an X to stand for each candle. So you have a title, candle lengths, and here from 8 inches all the way to 10 inches. You're going to begin to place your X's above there. Okay, pause your video. Go ahead and do that. Come back. Once you come back, we're going to dive right into number 2. Okay, we should be ready for number 2. Some students measured the length of each other's hair. They recorded the data in the list. Make a line plot to display the data. So hair length is what they're recording. Here are all the different inches of the hair length, starting at 5.5, and it seems like it could be going all the way up to 8 inches according to the number line. So we'll see. Place your X's above. Everyone should have their scratch paper and should be doing this, following along. Pause your video. Go ahead and knock that out. All right, what we're going to do, tell me if you know. Let's count. 5.5. We're going to see how many X's should be at 5.5 inches. Look at your chart. 5, 1, 5.5. I don't see any more, so you should have had 1 X above 5.5. How about 5 3/4? Let's count. 1, 2. Okay, I see another one. 3. So we should have 3 X's above 5 3/4. What about your 6-inch mark? Do we have any length of hair that stopped at 6 inches? No. So there should be no X's above the 6-inch mark. What about 6 inches and 1/4? Let's see. There's 1 X should be there. Okay, so I'll leave you to make sure you understand now what we're doing. So I'll leave you to make sure you have that there. Number 3, Jamal collected the leaves for a science project. He recorded the lengths in this list. Make a line plot to display the data using the inches of the leaves. So lengths of leaves. So we have our inches: 3 inches starting on your number line. It could go all the way to 6 inches. Once again, you're giving your line plot a title, and you will be marking it with X's. Remember, your X's stand for one leaf, okay? Moving on. Ready to go to the next page. Measure length and plot data on the line plot. So we're going to solve questions 1 through 3. And you have crayons, and there is an inch ruler underneath that you are measuring using to measure your crayons. So you start at your 0 mark and you go to your end point. Okay, this ruler is not life size, so don't think that it's like your ruler at home. It's adjusted for the paper size. Okay, how long is the gray crayon? Circle the letter of the correct answer. So we look up here, we find where it says gray, the end mark starts at 0 and it goes all the way up past the 3-inch mark. Remember, the spaces in between have 4 parts. So this is your 1/4, your halfway mark, 3/4, and 4. Okay, so your gray crayon stops at the 3.5. Ding, ding, ding. So you should circle C. Find where the point on the crayon is lined up with the ruler. If you didn't do that correctly, go back and find where your gray crayon point is lined up at the end of that mark on the ruler. All right, let's move on to number 2. How long is the longest crayon? Circle the letter of the correct answer. Okay, I'm going to do number 3 with you, and then I'll leave you to do the others, complete the others yourself. Number 2, how long is the longest crayon? Circle the letter of the correct answer. Let's go back up and look. So it looks obvious that the pink is the longest crayon. It's past the 4-inch mark, and it stops at the first part of the fractional part of the 4 inches between 5 inches. So this will be 4 1/4. So let's see which one. That would be letter C. Okay. Number 3, another crayon is longer than the gray crayon and shorter than the pink crayon. What could the length of the crayon be? So you have to go back up, examine which one. Another crayon is longer than gray. So let's examine gray first of all and see where gray stops and see which one is longer than gray, right? So take a look. It would be pink, that's longer. Then the second half of the question says, and shorter than pink. Okay, so brown would be shorter. And if we look over here in the solution box, I think there is more than one possible answer. I think that's where it's leading us. So because there's 2 of them up here that are shorter than the longer one, right? So we have gray that's shorter than pink, and we also have brown that's shorter than pink. Please be sure to use part of your question in your response when you're giving me your solution. Jumping down, use the line plot to solve 4 and 5. I'll leave you to do that on your own. Once you have completed that, boys and girls, in this YouTube video, you will find the exit ticket in the space provided. Make sure you have completed that once you are completed the assignment. Okay? Happy learning. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, you know that we are on from 12 to 2. To answer any questions, you can chime in and group chat with us and get some questions or clarity that you may need for this assignment. Happy learning, 3rd graders. We'll see you soon.